Number 8, defendant personally knows that one or more YSL associates committed the murder of Donovan Thomas Jr. on behalf of YSL.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Y'all know my slogan. I don't know it all, but I know what I've been through. Now, before we get into this video, please make sure you head on down to Instagram and follow us on our official Instagram page at Hookah Anonymous _. Alright? We're able to be a little more explicit, a little more uncensored, and share content freely without running the risk of having our channel terminated. So, once again, make sure you head on down to Instagram and follow us on our official Instagram page at Hookah Anonymous _. Alright, now let's get into what you guys came here to see. Now, as we get closer to the trial in this YSL RICO case, where apparently 6 co-defendants of Young Thug's involved already took guilty pleas, we've now learned that yet another man by the name of Antonio Sledge has been the latest to negotiate a plea deal as well. Now, so far, the 41-year-old has pleaded guilty to conspiracy to violate the RICO Act and possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. Due to negotiating a plea deal, Antonio was sentenced to 15 years of probation for his involvement in the YSL RICO case, although it was 30 at once, but you know, they pretty much knocked it down. Now, as part of his guilty plea, Antonio has agreed to testify truthfully if called upon to do so at trial. He can't possess any firearms, commit no criminal acts, which pretty much means that he can't have any police contact, and also submit to random drug tests. Now, part of his conditions also include a curfew from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. unless he's going to school or a medical emergency, and he can't be in contact with any of his co-defendants. Now, get this, y'all. It's reported that the guilty plea on the gun charge against Antonio can be withdrawn if he meets the conditions of his deal, which is after the trial. And I'm assuming that means that he'll be one of the guys testifying at the trial, and if he do so as a reward to him, they'll remove the guilty plea on the gun charge. And here's why I said that. Now pay attention, y'all. Out of all the people that took this guilty plea, Antonio Sledge's plea was pretty much clear cut as to what's going on. It's very clear that he's cooperating with the DEA and have told him some interesting information that will make him a key witness during this trial, and here's why. Now, 1. Antonio Sledge admits that he was a member of YSL since 2012. He also acknowledged that he appeared in a music video with 2 of his co-defendants holding the same gun that was used in the drive-by shooting that targeted a rival gang member. Now, 2. Antonio acknowledged that allegedly he was told members of YSL met at the McDonald's on Cleveland Avenue to discuss the murder of Donovan Thomas on January 10th, 2015. Thomas is the same guy that is believed to be an affiliate of a rival gang, and he was shot and killed in a parking lot on McDaniel Street. This is the same shooting murder that the Antonio's co-defendants Javaris Bradford, Justin Cobb, Diamante Kendrick, and Demise McMullen was allegedly involved in. Now, 3. Antonio also claims that he personally knows 1 or more YSL members killed Thomas on behalf of YSL the gang, and that he and other YSL members gathered at Young Thug's house after the murder. At Young Thug's house is where he says Young Thug himself gave him and other members money to, quote, lay low. Not to mention, on that same day of January 10th, Antonio Sledge, Young Thug, and other YSL members traveled to Miami, Florida in what seemed to be an attempt to have an alibi if need be. Now, do y'all see when I did videos on this before and when everyone thought that all Gunna did was say that they were a gang and it was harmless? Look how it comes right back to bite Thug. Because now that they have guys agreeing that YSL is in fact a gang, it's easier for these stories to seem true to the jury and judge to convince them that these criminal acts were done to further the quote-unquote gang. You know, it makes them look ruthless. It makes them look like this is an organization and this is actually what they do. And guess what? Young Thug is being labeled the head of it. So ultimately, he's the one that suffers in the long run. Y'all see how that works? But anyway, Now, number 4, Antonio also gave up locations where YSL were operating from, claiming that YSL members are selling drugs from 2 gas stations located on Cleveland Avenue, and they also don't allow other gangs to come around over there. So in a nutshell, it looks like YSL is just this big gang organization that's terrorizing the Atlantic streets, not only allegedly carrying out murders, but also selling drugs amongst other things. Now, to be honest with y'all, me personally, I don't think it's looking too good for Young Thug, because the trial didn't even start yet. Y'all know they said it was going to start in January, and with all of this already coming out, who knows what these people got up their sleeves for trial. You know, they already got guys that took plea deals, so that don't look good on Young Thug's behalf. Not to mention, usually whenever you blow trial, you receive like double your sentence. So if he was offered a bunch of time before, it's only going to get worse. You know, now so far there's 7 people who have taken pleas, including Antonio Sledge. You also have Gunna, Walter Murphy, Slime Life Shorty, Funk, Lil Duke, and Quantavious Greer. You know, some in which their conditions say that if needed at trial, they'll come testify. So I don't know how, you know, these things are going to turn out, because usually when you testify in court, it's because you took the plea deal and y'all came to an agreement that you was going to testify on certain things that you know. And we already know that Gunna did say he knows of some YSL members that carried out criminal acts to further the gang, you know, YSL the gang. He was the same one that said that YSL was a music label in the gang, but he was a part of the music label. You know, so I don't know, man. Young Scooter posted yesterday that Young Thug will be home before summertime come. I don't know if that's him trying to manifest it, or maybe he knows something that we don't. Who knows? And I know that Young Thug ain't a saint. I see a lot of people in the comments saying, well, he did this, he did that, he deserved to be in jail, and you know, karma is a thing. And I agree, right? We know he ain't no saint, but free him, man. For me personally, it's always hard seeing dudes' lives being in jeopardy due to other dudes who willingly participated in street business, but then flipped and cooperated as soon as things got sticky, as if they didn't know what they was getting themselves into. You see what I'm saying? Now, if he just got caught outright, you know, by himself, and he did this and he just got caught up for it, then I guess. You know, but I don't know, man. Upon everything, I don't know what's going on with the evidence that was supposed to get suppressed. All we seeing is people come out, take guilty pleas, and they taking pleas and they pretty much cooperating. I don't know if maybe in the future, when trial time come, if we'll hear anything about the evidence being suppressed. Maybe he might beat it at trial. Who knows? You know. Now, another thing, these guys are being given like parole conditions as if they served time already, which is kind of weird to me. If y'all remember, Gunna, they said that he had served a year, and it actually wasn't a year, but they said he served a year out of the 5 that he was given, and the 4 would be suspended, I guess put on probation. It will be used as probation. He has to do community service hours, whatever. But like I said, it just doesn't make sense, you know. And for anybody that's ever been on, you know, that's been released on parole, y'all know that this is exactly the conditions and stipulations that they give you. Curfew. You know, we've all heard of probation before, but I've never heard of a group of people involved in a RICO doing little to no time, being released, and having 10 to 5 years put off as probation. First of all, that's a lot of time on probation. I think they probably just fiending to get out. Of course, nobody wants to be in jail, but 10 to 15 years for probation, that means you can't get in trouble. You know, you could be in and out of jail for at least 10 to 15 years, up to their discretion, however they want to do you. You know, so I don't know. But all this is doing is showing that the DAs really want Young Thug. And like Cheney explained, we have to realize that although we see everybody else taking guilty pleas, Thug hasn't been offered one as of yet. That doesn't include him pretty much being in prison for the rest of his life. So that's why you don't see Young Thug taking any pleas. And you won't. I'm sure if they was to give Thug all his probation as a guilty plea, he probably would take it just to get out and fight his case on the outside or something, or, you know, just to get it over with. Who knows? But anything is better than, you know, being in jail serving a major time in your life. You know, but when it comes to these pleas that a lot of these guys are taking, just think of this, right? when the mob had these RICO charges against them, did y'all see anybody outside of snitches or rats that was cooperating? Did y'all see them take any pleas? You know, did you see them take any pleas against anybody? Nah, they didn't believe in that. But anyway, that's pretty much what it is. Your boy Antonio Sledge, he's the seventh person to take another plea in his YSL RICO case, but his is pretty much clear cut. He's saying a lot. He's supposed to testify during trial, if need be. So this should be interesting, man. Y'all jump in the comments, let me know how y'all feel. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell so you're notified every time we drop new content. And remember, as long as you keep on watching, I'm gonna keep on dropping. And I'm out.